Today we're going to be doing a Pilates regeneration class, reset the back. So there will be a lot of stretching, mobilization, and we're going to do a little lightweight too. So make sure you have your cans nearby. And we're going to start in about 30 seconds, okay? So just stay comfy. You can either be cross-legged or diamond shape. We want to start feeling the sit bones, just so we can ground the body, relax the shoulders, start finding the breath. Always trying to inhale through the nose and letting the air out through the mouth. And the reason I say that is because our body builds more stamina if you breathe in through the nose, okay? So that will make our exercise routine smoother if we are not a mouth breather, all right? Find the center of your mat with your arms leaning over your knees. We're just going to take a deep breath in through the nose. Let the air out through the mouth. Every exhale, it's a relaxation of the shoulders. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And letting the air out through the mouth. 2 more counts here. Take a deep breath in. And let the air out. And let's do that one more time. Here we go. Take a deep breath in. Inflate your lungs with air. And exhale, softening through the shoulders, softening through the hips, especially through those hip flexors that tend to get a little tight. Now let's go into a Z pose or the 4 pose. We're going to cross the left leg in front and the right leg right behind you, like this. In the direction of the left knee, we're just going to drop the arms down and feel a little stretch happening right on that left leg. There we go. And here we relax the shoulders, we relax the hips. We're warming up the hips to our routine today. Just stay there, feel the stretch, play around with that hip bone. So into a Z pose, left leg is in front, right leg is back. And rest your elbows. You can even rest your forehead if that's available to you. That's a little bit more intense of a stretch. So what you feel right now, riding through that left hip towards that knee, that deep stretch to the fascia, which is, it feels really, really good. Slowly, we're going to push off with the arms. Every exercise and every stretch is very gentle. Just be very gentle with your body. We're going to cross the right leg in front. The left leg, it's in the back, like that. In the direction of the right knee, we're going forward, forward, and rest your head down, or just your elbows, softening through. Yes, good job, guys. There you go. Nice stretch through here. We're going to stay there for a couple breaths. Very gentle stretch, releasing through the shoulders. Release your head weight if you can. Find that right sit bones. Ground through there. And stretch, and now we push off all the way. Okay, good. Now let's face the mat. We're gonna bend the left knee and stretch the right leg out. Now we're moving into the back of the thighs, into the back of the hamstrings and the calves, okay? So left knee is bent. Your right foot is pointing towards your nose. And from here, very gentle flexion. Don't try to get there, fall into it, okay? So let's just fall into that right leg without pushing too hard. And then we're gonna slowly come back up. Bend the right knee, extend the left leg. Point the left toe towards you. For a lot of people, this is already a stretch. So if you already feel it here, then just stay here. And we go forwards on it. Very gently, you start feeling right behind the knee the more you point your toes towards you through the ankle, that dorsiflexion right here that I like to work a lot, the greater stretch you will get. All right, so we'll stay here for a couple breaths, really feeling all those muscles creating space through the bones, through the ligaments and tendons. Really feel your body, being gentle with the stretch, and then slowly we bring it all the way back up. Ooh, nice. Already, my hips already feel a little bit more open now. We're going to open the legs, stretch the arms right in front of you like this. So your hands and the shoulders are in the same line. The toes are pointing towards the ceiling and your hip flexors are relaxed. Now, if you sit here, the hip flexors will grip. We want to sit right in front of the sit bones, okay? And then from here, let's reach forward. If you can't touch your toes, that's totally fine. But if you can, go for it. Just being gentle, and let's get the nice flexion on the spine. And practice the let go of the shoulders and the neck. It's been a long week for everybody. We're just trying to let go of any tension we have to have a good weekend. And slowly we're going to come back up. Now you can bend your knees so your feet is flat on the mat. You can open up the feet a little bit wider than your hips. Stretch your arms right out in front of you. We're going to round the back and reach forward. So your head is going right through the knees. And reach forward, hold. Now let's lift the arms up from there to practice that extension without gripping into the quads. And now we round the back, we reach forward. We're starting that mobilization of the spine into flexion, into that release, into that collapse of letting go of any tension on the shoulders and neck. And we're lifting the arms back up into a straight back. Lifting it up all the way. And back. All right, so grab your cans. Let's do that exercise with light weights now. So we stretch the arms right in front of you. We round the back so the head go kind of through the knees. And then we slowly start opening up the spine, opening up the heart as you lift your arms up towards the sky. The goal of this exercise is to just work with that mobilization of the spine without gripping into the hip flexors, into the thigh muscles. Round the back, reach forward and down. And unfold all the way up and open up. This is our open part. And then we let go. We round. Make sure you're right on top of your sit bones, because if your bones feel the ground, the body feels safe. We want that grounding from the pelvic bowl. Lift it up. That's your inhale now. And exhale, we let go. Now sit up nice and tall with your arms right in front of you. When we tuck the tailbone under and we round the back, we're looking right through the cans, and we're going to go down just a little bit and let those shoulders relax. Now, as we roll back up right on top of that sit bones, we lift the arm all the way up like that. We round the back, lower the arms, softening through the shoulders, through the neck. You're only going lower enough that you don't feel the quads kicking in. And we're going to lift the arms back up. There we go. Even though it's lightweight, because we are doing so slowly, it feels heavier than it is, right? It feels like you're holding a gallon of milk and not a can of soup or beans. Yes, and then lift it up all the way. Lift it up. Open the heart, guys. Let's grow up an inch here. Can we reach a little higher? Can we open the heart a little bit more? Maybe open the knees if you're gripping into the hip flexors. And then round the back and we go back. This is our last one now. When we go up, we open the knees. Go up, open the knees into that diamond shape. Open the heart, lift it up, the arms. And then slowly to lower. Okay, leave the cans on the side for now. We're about to do my favorite exercise, stretch from the hips. Let's lower the spine all the way down, however is more comfortable for you to do so. And we're gonna move on into the windshield wipe stretch. So knees are bent, feet flat, pointing your toes over to the side, and hands to heart. So feel your heartbeat with one hand on top of the other and rest your elbows down. Okay, here we go. Let's drop the knees over to the right side slowly. We don't want to push to get there. We want to kind of fall into that position, pushing with the inside of your left foot. And slowly drop the knees over to the right, pushing off with that left foot, right the inside of it, right? Notice when you do that, it starts to get that stretch to the groin muscles, to the inner thigh. We're going to go back to center, hands to heart still. Stay with the breath. We take a deep breath in. We take a breath out and we drop the knees over to the left, pushing with the inside of the right foot. And the more you push, the more of a stretch. So you tune in into your body and see what's available to you. It's not a rule of range here. It's you do you. Bring it back to center. Working, softening through the pelvic bowl, the big bone, the hip bone, and drop over to the right. I like to do this one slowly to start because we want to be gentle with the body in the beginning of a session. And we're going to go over to the left. So we're going to alternate here for about 2 more counts. And as you do that, feel your heartbeat, feel your breath, feel your lungs expanding. And every exhale is a let go of any tension it might happen, even in the jaw muscles, okay? So feel grounded here, collapsing to the right. We push off with the inside of that left foot. And then we're going to go for the last one here. We collapse over to the left, pushing with the inside. Very effective stretch to start warming up the hip, warming up that lower back, the mid back even, and back. All right, now let's bring the knees into the chest. And notice that when you do that, your lower back flattens down on the ground. That's great. Each vertebrae has its own space on a mat. We're going to place the hands right above the knees and your elbows pointing east to west. So they're nice and wide. Notice if you close them, it will start building tension on the shoulders. We want the shoulders far away from the ears always. We're going to rock over to the right. When we do so, pull that left knee, to the left and pull the left knee into the chest. Let the right leg go a little bit. Now let's go over to the right side, just like a boat, right? We're rocking side to side into that pelvic bowl, and we pull over the right. If you feel comfortable, you can speed up and go over to the left and going over to the right. What's important about this exercise is to feel grounded through the lower back because that tends to hold a lot of tension. Right in that lower back section where your pelvis meet that back. So we are trying to warm up and pump some healthy juice through those ligaments and joints and warm up the muscle. Side to side here, we go over to the right, we pull the right. We go over to the left, we pull the left. Good. Without creating tension on the shoulders or the neck, let's lift the head, neck, and shoulders. We are looking right through the knees, apple between the chin and the chest. When we rock to the right, we pull the right. When we rock to the left, we pull the left. Now let's sync with the breath. Here we go, 10 counts. In we go. And right. Inhale, center, exhale, left. And right. Notice how there's a little balance, right? If we lean over too far to the side, the boat kind of loses its balance a little bit. Find that sweet spot, that range where you can go and massage the lower back At the same time, we're warming up the core. The core is kicking in. Yeah, it's all about taking your time. There's no right or wrong. You can't be doing anything wrong as long as you feel safe. If you feel safe through this, then that's already a gift to your physical body. Okay? Stay with the breath. Maybe we can come up a little higher with your head now. Lifting your heart up and feel the core muscles starting to warm up for 3 and 2. Last one here, guys. And here we go. And 1 and back. All right, let's place the feet flat on the mat and then we'll rest through here. Cross your fingers and place it. Clasp your fingers and place it right behind your head. Close your elbows. We're going to start warming up the neck and the upper spine. Elbows where you can see them, because if you go too wide, the body doesn't really feel safe. You got to just make sure you see with the corners of your eyes, your elbows. We take an inhale, we go up. We look on the tops of the knees, because if you look through your belly to your belly button, we're going to squeeze that apple. And we're going to slowly roll the spine all the way down. There we go. All right, let's take a deep breath in, come up. And exhale slowly down. That's 2. 3 more here. Here we go. And inhale, gently peeling the spine off of the mat. And exhale, each vertebrae has had their own space on the mat. Being very gentle. And we go for 4. And back. Now last one here. Here we go. And 5. And back. Okay. Now bring your legs to tabletop. Bending the knees. Lift the head up. We take 5 counts here. We take an inhale. We go up. And exhale. Down. Elbows where you can see them. Softening through those shoulders. Come up with the core muscles, not with the neck muscles. That's why your hands are there. It's working as a hammock for your head. Come up for 3. And down. And 4. Good. Last one, guys. Here we go. And we go up and up and up, maybe a little higher. Feel the abs warming up and then slowly, melting the spine all the way down. All right, arms by your side now. Bring just the right leg to tabletop. Now from here, we're going to start working with the lower back muscles. So you're going to tap your right heel down slowly. Notice how the lower back lifts just a little bit off of the mat when you do that. That's great. Just let that happen as long as you feel safe. And then bring that right leg back up. Softening through your hips, softening through your sternum bone. And we go for 5 and back. And 4 and back. 3 and back. And 2. Good. And last one here. And 1 and back. Let's land the right foot. Bring your left leg to tabletop. Just a common mistake here is to bend the knee and tap. Then this is not doing much for you. Keep that 90-degree flexion of the knee. Keep that as you tap down for 5. Bring it back. And 4. Notice as you're tapping the heel, the pelvic bowl kind of goes forward a little bit. It rocks forward and then it kind of rocks back. Allow that to happen. We are warming up the back still. And last one and back. Now let's alternate. Let's bring both legs to tabletop. We tap the right. As we bring the right leg up, we tap the left. For 10, 9, 8. Yes. Can you softening through the shoulders? There you go. Softening through the neck. And you go for 5 more. Woo! 4, 3, and 2. Last one and 1 and back. Okay, such a simple exercise, but you can really feel the surface of your abs kicking in. Right into the hip bridge. Here we go. This is one of my favorites. And the analogy that I like to use, it's if the tips of your tailbone is the head of a cobra, We're slowly peeling the spine off of the mat with the head of the cobra first, and then the body will follow and then come up into a hip bridge. Now let's melt the spine down, starting from the tips of the shoulder blades to slow right into the mid back, lower back, and then that pelvic bowl, the big bone. There we go. And again, the cobra goes up. The head of the cobra goes up first, then its chest, and then we're slowly going back up. Now let's think about what we are feeling here. We're feeling that articulation. We are feeling those hamstrings kicking in, right? Those ones that we stretched first. Squeezing the tush a little bit at the top is okay to open up the hip. And slowly melting the spine down. Each vertebrae, each bone on your spine has its own space and its own time to land, because we want to give opportunity for them to open up. And we go up and we go down. A simple exercise, but so healthy for the back to decompress all that's sitting during the week, to open up space between every bone and giving opportunity to get some blood flow, some healthy juice pumping in there, lubricating all those joints, muscles, and ligaments. 2 more counts here. We take an inhale, we go up. We take an exhale, we go down. Last one. Here we go. We're squeezing that tush like there's a little Twizzler right between your butt cheeks to open up that hip as you go up. And we'll slowly go back down. Let's use the arms and the weights now. So grab your cans. Stretch your arms up towards the sky. When we lift the hips, we lower the arms. Ready? 5 counts here. We go. We take an inhale. We lift the hips. We lower the arms for 1. Bring it down. Always articulating. Be gentle. And we go for 2. There you go. And back. And we go for 3. Little coordination game here. Softening through the shoulders, through the jaw muscles. Focus on the breath. And 4. And down. And we have our last one here. And 5. And slowly back. Okay, good. Now we're going to finish it up with 5 more. When we lift the hips, we bend the elbows. So your arms will kind of fall back into a tricep curl. And then we extend. Okay, so when we lift the hips, we bend the elbows. So your elbow's still pointing to the ceiling. And as we extend the arms, we lower the hips. And here we go for 5 counts. Elbows are static. They're not going anywhere. You're just bending and extending for 2, 3 more. And we go up with the hips, lower the weights, lift the weights, lower the hips, 2 more. And we go for 4. And down. Woo! Last one. And 5. And back all the way. There you go. Nice. Now you can open your arms with the cans. And we're going to go back into that windshield wipe exercise. Pointing your toes over to the side. Pushing off with the inside of your right foot. And collapse to that left side. Open up. Yes, just keeping your hands down with the weights. So we can start, maybe you even feel a little pec stretch here. I'm feeling that right now, right into my shoulders, just because it's such a light weight, but it's pushing down. And we go over to that right side, pushing with the inside of your left foot, working with its little twist of the spine here. And slowly we bring it back. Let's go back to the core, leave the cans on the side. Bring your hands right behind your head and both legs to tabletop, okay? If this is too much for you, just do with the head down, okay? Close the elbows. And here we go, alternating to tap the right, tap the left. Okay, guys, this is not going to be easy. Stay with me. Stay with the breath. Go up. Feel that lower back touching the mat. And just focus on the breath. And here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7. We go up maybe a little higher. 6 and 5. There we go. And 4 and 3 and 2. Last one and 1 and back and rest. Woo! All right. Very good. Place your soles of your feet together and your knees collapsing to the side, the right to the right, the left to the left. You're into that diamond shape. You can put your hands right on your inner thigh and slowly a little pressure down to open up the hip. Take a deep breath. Inhale through the nose, letting the air out through the mouth. 2 more counts, just staying with the breath and feeling the bones on the ground. Inhaling through the nose, letting the air out through the mouth. And now last one here. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. And down. Okay, so we're going to finish it up with a crisscross exercise to work the obliques. Okay, so bend your knees. I'm going to start with a easy version and we're going to move into advanced. Pick your level, okay? Hands right behind your head. Feet start down. Elbows where you can see them. As we curl up, we twist to the left. And then we go back down. Go up, twist to the right. Go back down. Tabletop to the left. Pick your level. This is a little bit more intermediate to the right. To the advanced, to the left side. Stay on the left. Reach the right leg long all the way. And here we're going to scissor the legs. Here we go. For 10, 9, gentle with that twist. 8, this is a killer. If you feel like it's hard, you're doing it right. And 4, here we go. And 5, we're halfway there. And 6, and 7, and 8, 2 more, and 9, last one here, and 10, and back. Woo! Nice, well done, guys. Stretch the legs out, stretch the arms all the way, and give a good front body stretch here by reaching to the fingertips and reaching through the heels. Stretch it up to open up. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Release. There we go. All right, so let's go up into the knees now. And you might want to use the pillows for this, just to be gentle. Should be gentle with the body, to be gentle with the knees, if you feel like that's necessarily, okay? I usually keep it something nearby, like that. Okay, so now for this next exercise, you can either put the pillow between your butt cheeks and your heels, or you can just put it on your knees, whatever feels better for you, okay? Let's grab our cans, and we're gonna go into dorsiflexion. Dorsiflexion is when the balls of the feet is touching the ground, right? We're opening up the hip a little bit because we don't want to be too close. Give a little space and a little love to all the toes. So if you can touch all the toes, great. On the ground. All right, so here we go. Just this position here, it can be very uncomfortable, but the more you do it, the more you're used to. This is opening up the feet. If you have any feet things, plantar fasciitis or anything like that, you want to practice this because it opens up all those muscles. So by just standing on this position, you're already opening up through the feet, opens up the knees, that goes up to the hip, okay? Now, if you can't sit on your heels, put the pillow in there and work your way down to it as much as you can. Very healthy to do it even during the week. Stretching the arms with the cans all the way out, okay? As we push off with the balls of the feet, we're going to lower the arms, open the chest, and press back. As we lower the hips back to the heels, we lift the arms back up very gently here. If the cans are getting heavy, guys, just leave the cans on the side, okay? This is just an extra thing so we can really work through the arms. Feel your heart and your chest expanding and your spine taller as you're on this position. Like we want to grow up another inch. And then as we lower the hips, we lift the arms. That was 2. Let's go for 10. Take an inhale, go up. And exhale down for 1. Take an inhale, go up. And exhale 2. And 3. And down. And we can start speeding up. Notice how we're moving through that hip socket. We're moving through the hips to go up and down. And through the arms. Here we go. We are 3 and 2. Last one here. And 1 and back. Let's switch the position of the feet now into plantar flexion. So the toes, just the big toes are touching and the heels are apart. See if you can sit on it. If this is not available to you, put a pillow right in there, okay? This is opening up through the ankle, opening up through the knees. Another primitive pose that we should practice daily. All right. Let's start with the arms up right in front. As we push off from the tops of the ankle right here, we lift the arms. As we lower the hips to the heels, we lower the arms. Here we go, 10 counts. We take an inhale. And down for 2. And up. And 3. Feel the quads kicking in and up. And 4. And up. Woo! Here we go. 6. 7. And down. And 8. 2 more. And 9. Last one here. And 10. And back. Okay, we're going to finish it up with that dorsiflexion again. So go ahead and flex your feet. And from here, a little wiggle on the hip, a little side to side to open up the toes. Yeah. Opening up through the hips. We're still using our cans, and now we're going to draw circles in the air, okay? So here we go. When you push off, you lift the arms. You circle around the arms. And lower the hips. Lift it up. Open wide. And land for 2. Be gentle. Work with the breath. 3. And up. Add cushion to your knees if you need. 4. And 5. We are halfway there. Here we go. Lift it up. Remember, the push is not from the hips. The push is from the feet. Push from the feet, lift it up, circle wide, and 8, lift, and 9, last one here, we go up, we grow tall, we open the arms, and we close, leave the cans on the side, well done, let's go into a child's pose, toes together, heels apart, sit on your heels, and extend the arms. Now, if you just do this, it's still holding tension on the shoulders. Land your elbows. The more bones touching the ground, the better you can get into that relaxation and that let go. It's all about letting go into this repose position. Little side to side with the hip here. Very gently. There you go. Go back to your breath. Take a deep breath in through the nose, letting the air out through the mouth. And back. All right, here we go onto hands and knees. And dorsiflexion. So the toes are still touching the ground. Flat back as much as you can. Can you soften your elbows a little bit so you're not pushing up straight into a plank? Kind of soften to it. And don't let your back collapse like that, okay? So just try to create a little bit more of a tabletop position. There we go. That looks good. Nice. Let's stretch the right arm out. And then bring it back. Feels easy, right? Bring the left now. And bring it down. Now let's do the right leg kicks back. And then bring it back. Now the left leg all the way, so alternating legs here and back. All right, so now let's do the right arm and the left leg. We're gonna stay here for a little bit. Let go of the shoulders, relax that left elbow, bring it back. Left arm, right leg, here we go. Left arm, right leg. We are starting to practice to put a little bit more tension on the shoulders, a little bit more conditioning here. Right arm, left leg. Bring it back. Left arm, right leg. Bring it back. All right, good. Open up the knees a little bit more. Open up the arms and bring the arms forward, then your shoulders. Okay. Now from here, we're going to lift the hips and lower the head. So your knees are still into that deep bend. Don't extend like that. This is not the goal of this exercise. Keep that bend. The chest through the arms. Hold right there. And land the knees down. Okay, adjust your position if you need. We're going to go into a stretch here. Here we go. Lift the hips, lower your head down. Drop your head like a pendulum so you can really let go. Maybe bend the elbows a little bit. Now let's try to stretch that right leg by trying to root into the right heel and extending the right. As you do that, can we take a little peek to the right side with your head? But still dropped, right? So you're looking through the arms, not up on the arms. Lower. Now let's go back to center. Center is both knees are bent, elbows are bent too. Let's shift weight to the left foot. And as you do that, see if you can bring that left heel as close as you can to the ground and feel the stretch from the Achilles tendon behind the heel up to the hamstring. Let's take a peek to the left side now. Right through that left armpit because your head is still dropping like a pendulum, right? No tension, no grips. Bring it back. And let's take a little break by landing the knees very gently and going on your elbows. Tuck the toes together and rest down into your child's pose. Okay, so that's going to be our exercise now. It's going to go through that downward dog-ish position and alternate through that stretch for 10 counts. You're going to feel the stretch in your lower legs, but the condition on your arms, okay? So here we go. We go up with the hips, lower the head like a pendulum. We start with the right. If we extend that right leg, we're looking over the right side a little bit. The more you twist to your torso, the more stretch. Bring it back to the left. Good. Just be gentle. As long as you feel safe, you're doing it right. And we go over to the right. Stretch the right. We go over to the left. And that's 4. And we go halfway there to the right. Good job, guys. And we go over to the left. And to the right, alternating. Woo, arms are starting to feel. Stay strong, stay with the breath. And to the right. And to the left. Last one to the right. And the last one to the left. And go back down. Land your elbows, toes together into that plantar flexion and sit back into your child's pose. Good job, everyone. Just take a deep breath in here and a deep breath out. All right, let's finish it up with our swan dive. So you can go on your belly with your hands and in your elbows on the ground like that. So the elbows are maybe a little bit forward and wider than the shoulders, but not much. Okay, from this position, all we're going to do is shoulders on and shoulders off. Okay, just this is already a stretch, right? You can feel the back a little bit. All right, shoulders off is you collapse your sternum bone through the shoulders and lower your head down. And then you push off from your elbows and you come up and you look straight forward. Shoulders off. Shoulder blades are close together here. Shoulders on, shoulder blades are coming apart. And we go for 10. That's 8. and up. 7, down. Just working with the mobility of the shoulders. If you hear any clacks or anything like that, as long as you feel safe, you are good. Going with the breath for 5, 4, shoulders off, shoulders on, and off, collapse, on. 2, good, last one here, and 1, and back, and down. There we go. Now, one hand on top of each of the other, and rest your forehead right on top of the hands. From here, elbows are down. You're going to push off with the arms and lift your head up, keeping your elbows and your hands down and looking straight forward. And then slowly down. Here we go for 10 counts. We go up and we go down. So we're really working with that extension of the back, opening up the heart. Great exercise to improve posture if you feel like you slouch a little bit. That hump on the mid-back, creating strength through that upper body to hold us back. And up. And up. 5 more. And 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. Last one here. We push off. And back. Go right on straight to your elbows again. Now this time the elbows are back behind the shoulder and your hands are just a little bit forward than your shoulder right here. From here we push off a little bit. Don't go up too high if this is not comfortable. We push off, that's an inhale, and exhale down for 1, 5 here. And up and down for 2. Shoulders relaxed. And 3, 2 more. And 4, last one here. And 5, and let's go right into your child's pose to lengthen through that lower back. Toes together, heels apart. And let's go back to the breath. Take a deep breath, inhale through the nose. Every exhale is a let go. Rest your forehead on the mat, your elbows too. A little side to side with the hips as we sink the breath. We take an inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inflate your lungs with air. Take a deep breath in. And let go. And we can slowly come up into hands to your knees. Back into that either crossed leg, diamond shape, or Z pose. I'm going to let you pick your primal pose here, whatever you want to do. Okay? I personally like this one better for my body, but everybody's different. All right, here we go. Clasp your hands. Stretch your arms out in front. As we take a deep breath in, we lift the arms, we open the heart, and we lift and we lift. Exhale, you let go of your arms and you rest back. Let's do that for 2 more counts. Clasp your hands, reach, open the heart as you inhale, inflating the lungs with air. As you exhale, you let go. Last one, we take a deep breath in, we reach, we go up, and we open all the way. I like to finish it up with that Z pose stretch. That felt really good today. I don't know about you guys. So I'm going to do that one again. We're going to cross the leg into a Z pose. Left leg is in front, right leg is back. And let's just fall right in front of that left knee. And just take a couple breaths here. We are back to the beginning. Let's just thank the body for the good work. Be grateful for this little time we took to ourselves to take care of our mind and body. Take a deep breath in. Take it out. Let's do one more time on this position. Take a deep breath in. Letting go of any tension that might be happening on your body right now. Let go and surrender to the ground. Surrender to the floor. And we're going to come back up. A lot of things in life, it's about letting it go, right? And the muscles is just a part of it. So let's go ahead and over to the other side. And here we're just gonna collapse onto the ground, let go, and just stay with the breath. That's all we have to worry about. Take a deep breath in. Feel all that fresh new air coming right into your lungs. And exhale all the way. One more time here, guys. Let's do it together. Here we go. Take a deep breath into the positive energy, into the body. Being grateful for this day, grateful for this physical activity, and let go. And come back up all the way. Thank you so much all for being here today. This is a highlight of my week to just see you all. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you guys very soon. All right.